Happiness. Happiness is something a lot of people I feel they feel that they are unable to achieve because what they associate happiness with may not exactly be the truth. A lot of people may think that happiness comes from a physical possession or by achieving that next promotion or whatever it is. Usually people associate happiness with that physical content. But to me, to really be happy with life, you need to be able to fully enjoy something. Happiness is not always found in long exposure to something, but rather the enjoyment of every type of stimulant you may be exposed to. You've probably heard before that they say in order to truly enjoy life, you have to be able to appreciate the little things that may often come for free. Why I mention this is because, well, it's called overstimulation. You ever wonder why video games just aren't the same anymore? Chances are you've been exposed to that type of stimulant just too much. Being exposed to something so many times slowly reduces the pleasure you may feel from the experience. This applies to practically anything. For example, take a person who may be struggling to make dues ends versus someone who may have a few bucks extra to spend. The person who is making dues end, they might not have enough money to be able to go out to eat as often as they would like. And when they are able to go out to eat, it's really something special. It's something they really enjoy doing because they don't get to do it often. Compare this to someone who may be financially stable or just might have a couple dollars to spend. They may be able to go out and eat to fancy restaurants all the time. This produces an overstimulant since they're able to do it more frequently. Doing the same exact thing, they're not going to be able to enjoy it as much as the person who may not be able to go all the time. Now, going back to, another example, to answer the question of why a lot of people feel that video games just aren't the same anymore compared to childhood. I feel this is so because it's been around in our lives for a lot longer. Now that we're growing up, it's been here for 10, 15 years, whereas earlier in life, it was around for a year or two, and it was a completely new thing introduced into society. There was nothing like that before. An example to explain this is, let's take two kids. One has a parent who restricts their gaming time, whereas the other kid's parents may not. The kid who can only play games for an hour every day will be able to fully enjoy that experience more since he has more time to savor it after exposure, compared to the kid who may be able to play for 4 hours every day. The kid who played video games for 1 hour, after that he may go outside and play for an hour. He might go and play the instrument after that for an hour, or go paint pictures for an hour, whatever it is. If he's exposed to different types of stimuli, it'll bring a higher joy factor than the long time spent with just one. Since that one kid was exposed to 4 different types of stimuli, he'll be able to look back and truly savor the joy or happiness felt from 4 events instead of the single one. The kid who played video games for 4 hours, he was only introduced to one type of stimulant, and that stimulant begins to fade very quickly as the more time you spend doing it, the more frequent you do it. This example proves really real to my childhood. This is why I mention video games, because I know it's something I can relate to personally. I know it's something a lot of people can relate to. For my personal story, when I was younger, I was allowed to play video games for only an hour every day. That may not seem like a lot of time, but it certainly felt like it was a wonderful experience. This limit really made me excited for an hour to come every day, and once it was over, I would start to plan, what was I going to do next? The next time I could play. Tomorrow, when I get an hour to play, what am I going to do? Or what did I not do today that I want to do next time? I would look back at the hour I played and would relish in the memories or whatever and re-experience it in my head. And I truly enjoy that 1 hour that I got to play video games. I was comparing this to my adult life, like right now, where I have nearly an unlimited amount of time where I can invest into video games. And, since I'm not limited, I played and played and played and played for years. I'd play for hours at a time. I'll sit inside all day and play. I'm not afraid to admit that. But after all those years of playing for all those hours, I truly don't enjoy playing them anymore. They're not the same, and it's been a long time since I've really enjoyed playing any of them. I just overexposed to it, overstimulated. There's nothing special about video games anymore to me, since I can play it anytime I want. It's nothing special anymore. It's like breathing. It's there. You can do it whenever you want. And I just no longer look forward to playing video games every day. It's merely a way to pass time now. In order to truly be happy with life, when you experience something, take that experience with you. Share it, discuss it, take pictures, look at the old pictures, or brag about how much fun you had with that experience. Whether you went to a wedding and some guy made a funny fart joke or whatever happened, just relish in that memory and you will truly enjoy it a lot more. And the more memories you have to do this with, the more different types of scenarios and different types of experiences you will have. And you'll be able to look back at all of them in a different subject matter, since they're all not going to be the same. It's not about reaching the end of the tunnel. It's not about getting that bachelor's degree. It's not about buying the best car. That's not what happiness is. That's commercialism. That's what the media wants you to think will make you happy. As soon as you get to that line and say, I bought this car, you get a small little buzz, but then immediately the next day you're looking towards the next big purchase. You don't really enjoy getting that car. That's not happiness. Physical possession is not really happiness. But true happiness is the result of many things, not just one.